What in the world was I thinking? You don't need an LLC, you need a business? Roll intro. Hey gang, my name is Jim Hart. I am the founding attorney here at Hawthorn Law, where we help you to protect your online business so that you can focus on what you do best, and that's building a business that truly matters in the world. And I gotta tell you, I was wrong. I was totally wrong, and I made a mistake. And let me give you a little bit of the backstory here. So back at the end of 2020, I made a video right there, and it was called, basically why you should not form an LLC. 3 reasons why you should not form an LLC. And spoiler alert, the 3 reasons are that you don't have revenue, that you don't have a high risk business, and that you don't have any assets to protect. And I stand by the fact that those 3 reasons are definitely good reasons to not form an LLC. But at the end of the day, I think I was wrong. And listen, I totally get it, because you're out there and you're trying to build a business. Well, you think you're trying to build a business. What you're really doing is you're trying to build a side hustle, and you're trying to do it without spending any money. I mean, I totally understand. I'm talking to a potential client later this week, also a YouTuber who's got a really great brand, and they just don't see the benefit in trademarking. Well, is it they don't see the benefit in trademarking, or that they don't want to spend the money to invest in themselves and their business? And I don't know where they are, but that might be how you're feeling, because legal is one of those things that most people just don't want to spend their money on. And if there's a chance for you to DIY it, or to just avoid doing it altogether, then there's a lot of you out there who are willing to take those risks. And I think that's why this video that I put up did so well, because it resonated with so many of you that think, you know what, I don't need an LLC. I don't need to spend the money on that. I'm just going to do it as a sole proprietor. Whether you understand that or not, and the legal consequences of doing that or not. Yeah, that's big stuff. And listen, I can totally relate. I am at a pretty significant turning point in my business right now. As most of you know, almost 3 months ago, I uprooted our entire family and kids and dogs and cats and the whole thing, and we moved to Portugal. What most of you don't know behind the scenes, what was going on, is that we had timed everything so that we were supposed to sell our house right when we were moving. I was not spending a lot of time in the business and building the business, being the law firm, in the ways I probably should have, because I was so focused on moving our family to Portugal. But we knew that we were going to be getting money from the house that would help to tide things over and as the business continued to grow. Well, the day we landed in Portugal, and I don't know that I've ever shared this before, but the day we landed in Portugal, a pipe burst in the attic of our house. So now here we are 3 months later, and the contractors are still working on repairing everything in the house. Interest rates have gone up twice, not once, twice. And I don't know what it's gonna look like, or when we're gonna be able to sell that house in North Carolina, or if we're gonna be able to sell that house in North Carolina. We might have to rent it out. That's caused a lot of uncertainty for me. And so right now, we've been using a lot of savings to pay for things that we need to pay for in Portugal, which was not an optimal place to be in. And so I'm at this place with my law firm right now where I'm looking at where I want to be and where I want to go and where I want to grow with the firm. And I have to invest more money into the firm than I necessarily want to really get it to where we want it to be. And that's scary. And so, especially with everything else that happened with us this past summer, and the move and the problems with the house and all these things. So I get it. If you're in that place right now where you're thinking, man, I just don't know if I can invest money into this business like this, well, then maybe you need to think about whether or not you're actually doing the right thing in starting a business. Because if you're at this place where you're willing to give yourself a pass and say, I don't need to invest in that LLC, what else are you saying that you're going to take a pass on in terms of starting your business? All right, so I'm editing the video right now, and I just reached this point in the video where I talk about whether or not you have the confidence to invest in your business. And I should mention that I am very confident in the future of my law firm, where we're gonna go. But anytime you have this prospect of investing, thousands of dollars into ads or hiring staff or whatever it is that you need to do to make your business, to take your business to the next level, it's always gonna cause some angst and some anxiety. So yeah, that's what I'm really talking about here. So I just want to be clear. If you are not confident that your business is going to be successful, if you have not proven your business model, then I would be careful. But if you have proven your business model, and I think I have proven my business model, I've been getting clients organically. So I think that if I were to add paid traffic to get additional clients, then I think that's going to be successful. But that's kind of what I'm talking about in this section of the video right here. So hopefully that makes sense. I think it's important to address this because you're probably worried that you're gonna fail at some level. That's why you're not investing in your business. You are, maybe you're worried about going bankrupt. Maybe you're worried about being homeless on the streets. But let's think about, yes, all of those things theoretically could happen, but what is the realistic likelihood that any of those things is going to happen? It's funny because my wife and I were having a conversation about money, something married couples tend to do. And of course, yes, both of us are very nervous about what's going on with the house because we've lost, I would say, probably a lot of money on the fact that we were not able to sell our house 3 months ago. Heck, we lost a lot of money not being able to sell our house 6 months ago or 8 months ago when the market was really doing well. That was really not great for us. So, and that is stressful, and that is a normal part of life. And what I told her is, listen, let's talk about our feelings. How many husbands say, let's talk about our feelings to their wife? That just doesn't sound normal, but yeah, that happened. We talked, we said, okay, what are the worst things that can happen right now related to the house? And we kind of went through the whole scenario. And at the end of the day, it's just money. The business is going to come back. The law firm is going to come back. And I've been in business on my own since 2005, so almost 20 years. And I've had good years and I've had bad years and I've had all sorts of years in between. But at the end of the day, we've made it through. We've got 3 wonderful kids. We've got the dogs, we've got the cats. We made it to Portugal. So not terrible. There is a lot at stake, but if you look at it from the standpoint that all we're talking about here really is setting up your LLC, the cost to do that is so minimal, and the gains that you can have by doing that are so tremendously huge. I mean, like, pretty big. You know what? I think I need to take, you know what time it is. I finally got a mug. My wife went out and got me a mug for coffee, although it's still itty bitty coffees because that's the way they do it here. See that thing? One hot piece of beverage. Love that Portuguese coffee. Really what it comes down to, should you form an LLC? Should you not form an LLC? You should not be confined to those factors that I said in that last video. Do you have revenue? Do you have assets to protect? Are you in a high risk business? Those are certainly things to consider, but really the question becomes, if you're thinking about setting up an LLC for your business, do I want to build a business? Because if you do want to build a business, then you absolutely should go out and invest in yourself and build that LLC. If you're just looking to maintain a side hustle, then maybe not. I mean, listen, if you're not serious about your business, you shouldn't invest in your business. You just shouldn't. But if you are serious about taking your business to the next level, then setting up an LLC, maybe getting a trademark, things like that, those are things that you're just going to have to do. Every successful business has an LLC or some type of legal entity that's behind it. Most successful businesses have their trademarks in place because they realize the importance of branding and claiming the intellectual property rights that they have. So forming that LLC, having that abundance mentality that's going to take your business to the next level, those are all really important. You have to believe in yourself. Listen, people, you gotta believe in yourself, and then you have to back it up with some cash. And it doesn't have to be a lot of cash. We're talking less than $1,000 really to set up the LLC. That's not a whole lot in most states. So you gotta back it up. And when you do that, your brain is gonna be like, wait a minute, I just backed this up with my my bucks, I need to do something. It's going to be reflective in your business. An LLC is going to make you look more professional. It's going to protect your business assets. It's going to protect your personal assets. It's going to save you money on taxes at the end of the day because you're going to have access to that S Corp election that you don't have as a sole proprietor. So there's a lot of really great benefits to setting that LLC up. And then just going back, the most important one is, of course, the mental shift that's gonna happen with you when you do that. I think that's pretty important. At the end of the day, comment below, let me know. Have you set up your LLC? Are you going to set up your LLC? Do you have the confidence that you're gonna be successful? Remember, you don't just have a side hustle, you have a business. And as such, you need to protect your business and take it to the next level. And that starts with, an LLC. So anyway, if you want to watch that video where I talk about the 3 reasons that you should not have an LLC, check it out right here. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.